Mark here from Online Guitar Solos. Today I'm going to do my attempt, I say attempt, at the classic first solo of Comfortably Numb. The reason I say attempt is because, you know, I'm going to put this video up here. Originally it was for a friend who asked if I could show him how to play it. He lives 1,000 miles away from me, so the easiest thing obviously was, you know, to do a video for him to copy. The thing about all of these guitar solos and anything when you're trying to copy another player, there's always elements of their feel which are going to be very, very difficult to capture. And what that basically means is that, you know, they've developed their playing technique and style over a long period of years, and they sound like them. I sound like me. I try to sound like Dave Gilmour in this, you know, this excerpt from this solo, but you know, there's going to be fractional differences in our playing style. So hope you don't hold that against me and put loads of hate comments on there about how terrible I am and how I'm, you know, killing this solo. But this is a song that I love. I've been playing it, you know, over the years on and off for, you know, for a long time. So it's my attempt to kind of show you what Dave Gilmour's playing during this solo. I think it's more or less note for note. He might be playing a couple of notes in different places. This is something that I talk about in another video because of the peculiarity of the guitar, you know, where you've got like, you know, God knows how many places you can play the same note. There's going to be licks and ideas which can be transferred over and feel more natural in some positions as to others. And also, as you go through, it's important to understand that these are licks that are being played over chords which are complementing each other. You know, quite often a solo will just be like a basic kind of A minor, something like that, which is kind of a bluesy style thing, but it's over a rock progression. This particular solo chooses the notes very carefully to create elements of what's called extended chords, like suspended fourths, which you might be familiar with. So he's choosing his notes very carefully to play over the chords as they're changing, which is quite a nice idea. So I hope you enjoy the video and you know, give us some comments and feedback, and if there's anything that you'd like to have a look at and you're not sure how to work out, you know, just get in touch. I'll do my best to figure it out and try and show you how to play it. So first of all, just to talk a little bit about the tone. Dave Gilmour's pretty famous for using quite a few effects, so he would have used probably chorus, delay, reverb, maybe even a couple of other subtle things in the mix there. And so the sound would be a bit like this, just to give it a bit of thickness. I'm using the neck pickup on this Strat. And the first thing really to consider is where you're playing these shapes to understand the patterns of what you're playing. The notes are being played over the chords. So the first chord that comes in is the D. And what he's playing is parts of a D sus4. So that's the top part of the D chord there. There's the first note. And then he bends up. This note would be the fourth. So if you think about the D sus4 chord, what he's playing the note from that chord to bring out the sort of the tonality of it. And then when he gets to this note, the chords behind it have changed to an A. So if you think about a good old A chord, it's playing the top note there. So if you picture this A chord here, he's running down a chord again with a sus4. Okay, so the intro part goes over the D, a bend up half a tone, and now you're over the A chord. So that's basically an A sus4. And then when it goes back to the D, he lands on the D at the 12th fret, so it's the root note. So for that first little lick, which then gets repeated in a slightly different way, it's this. Okay, so the next part comes back to that same idea, but just developed slightly. Okay, so it's back to that note over the D chord. and then a typical Gilmour bend up a whole tone from 15th fret on the B. That's your target note, which is the 17th fret. So your whole tone bend. Okay, get the bends up there quickly. Don't do, because it's, you know, quite painful and it doesn't really suit this song. So we've got okay, so that's the first part of the second bit. Then he does the same idea again, because we've got the A chord playing, so he's going to do an A sus4 rundown again. Okay, so let's put those two bits together. So they're basically adaptations of the same idea. A D sus4 lick, and then over an A sus4 lick. Okay, and what that rundown is there, okay, we're going 12 on the D string, 11, 9, 7, okay, and then now we're into a different chord. So what's happened is the chord structure's changed behind the song here, and we're now going to play over, if I just check my notes, we're going to play over a C chord now. Okay, so we're in the kind of C area, but we're going to be playing. So we're playing effectively over the E minor 4th position chord. Okay, but it doesn't sound like E minor in this context, we're just taking certain notes out of it. So that's the area that we run down to, so we've gone. Okay, so we're onto the B string, 8th fret. Okay. So there's a little nifty lick in the middle where he goes. Okay, so it's on the G, 9, 7 to the D, on the 9. Okay, so it's 3 notes, but he's playing them in the way it goes, and then it goes onto the B, and then he bends, I think, you know, I'm not Dave Gilmour, I don't know for sure, but I think he's bending that note to give that little twist on the final note instead of just going straight to it on the 8th fret. In comparison, you know, just makes it a bit more bluesy, which is typical of his style. So we've got, okay, that's the little middle bit, and then he's running back up to the next rundown, which goes. Okay, so he's taking elements from G, which is, I think, the chord that they're playing over on this part, on the top string, 15, 14, 12. Okay, and then he's doing the same idea with the. Okay, so that part would be played over this, which is a G chord. Okay, so it's going. Okay, and then he ends up back down here for the, which is where it comes back around onto the A chord. So as that section of the guitar solo chords resolve themselves back around ready for the second verse, he's running back down from this. Onto the A note there. Then he goes to back to this note here on the 8th fret. And that starts off with the D. So he ends on that note. Whereas it goes into the D chord, he's playing the 5th of it. Okay, so we've got. There's a little break. Slide down. Hold it. Okay, so it just leaves me to say thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, yeah, hit the button, subscribe, and you know, I'll try and keep you up to date with more stuff. And thanks for watching. Take care. Enjoy your playing. All the best. See you later.